Autumn. I heard that you and the girls are going on a trip. Is that true? I see, I didn't get an invite, though. What's up with that? Are you all just purposely trying to leave me out or something?
Oh, hey there, Helen. It's just a group of us who are really close that decided to get together and go on a trip. Including me, though. There's only 3 of us going. We didn't mention anything to anyone. It's just gonna be a small, intimate little girls' trip.
Wow, Autumn. So are you saying we're not close then? And here I thought we were friends. I don't mean anything to you, do I? I'm just nothing.
Helen, calm down. I never said that. Our kids have only just become classmates this year, so it's not like you and I have really gotten a chance to know each other.
That's not fair! Besides, are you going on this trip with Ashley and Elise?
Yeah, that's the plan. Our kids have been classmates since kindergarten, so the 3 of us have gotten pretty close over the years. Why do you ask, though? What's brought that on all of a sudden?
Well, I've known Ashley and Elise almost as long as you have. Our kids have been classmates ever since they started elementary school. So why is it that they've gotten so close to you, but they barely give me the time of day? Who cares if your kids have known each other since kindergarten? That's only like a 1 or 2 year difference.
Helen, by any chance, are you throwing a fit because you want to be friends with Ashley and Elise, too?
Of course I do! They're the most sophisticated and refined moms at this school. They're both just so graceful and elegant. Who wouldn't want to be friends with them? I hear they're both filthy rich, too.
That's actually true. Ashley's husband is a neurosurgeon, and Elise is married to an investment banker. So they're both pretty well off.
That's my point! I hate that the 2 of them are so close to you, of all people. What do they even like about you?
Doesn't that just mean you're jealous, though?
No, I'm not jealous. What reason would I have to be jealous of a nobody like you? I just think it's weird that they would take any interest in you at all. What would you all even talk about? You clearly live in 2 completely different worlds. It would make way more sense for them to be friends with me. I'm the one who's on their level, after all.
Oh my God.
After all, Autumn, unlike them, you have no sense of style. You stand out like a sore thumb when you're walking next to them. I actually pay attention to the fashion world, and I'm always sure to stay on top of the hottest trends.
Indeed. You always dress in designer clothes from head to toe.
Exactly! You'll never catch me outside not dressed head to toe in the latest releases. I'm pretty sure I give off the aura of a celebrity. After all, the girls that get it, get it. The girls that don't. Am I right?
Well, I've certainly never seen you repeat an outfit. I can only imagine what your closet looks like. I'm honestly amazed at how much you're willing to spend on clothes.
Oh, please. This is normal. What's more amazing is that your daughter is enrolled at this school, yet you walk around every day looking like a peasant. You know, Autumn, you should spend more money on your clothes. Looks are important after all. Go on a shopping spree and treat yourself. Live a little. Your husband makes pretty decent money, doesn't he? You all live in Manhattan after all, so surely you aren't broke.
We're pretty well to do. But I mean, I also contribute to our household income.
Aren't you like an influencer or something?
Yeah, I am. I've been growing my platform for a little while now. I'm not super familiar with luxury brand name items, so I focus on more everyday items on my channel. My earnings make a decent contribution to our living expenses. And I'm able to go out and buy whatever I want, whenever I want, without having to worry about it too much. So I'd say we're pretty comfortable.
No matter how hard I try, I haven't been able to increase my viewers past about 20 or so. I upload way more videos to YouTube than you do, but I haven't been able to get on the algorithm's good side. I still only have 3 subscribers at the moment. I make videos about way higher quality products than you do, too. I'm way prettier than you, too.
I don't know what to say about that last comment. But the viewers are the ones who decide whether a product is good. And they're also free to decide whether or not if they like the way you present them. Maybe you should start considering what your viewers want to see. With that as your foundation, you're sure to grow your viewership and subscriber count in no time.
I didn't ask for your advice, so quit looking down on me. I don't need your pity. I swear, that's what I hate about you the most. You're so arrogant. You think you're better than everyone just because you have a few subscribers on YouTube. Well, newsflash. Who cares?
I'm sorry, Helen. I wasn't trying to offend you. I just wanted to offer a bit of helpful advice.
All right. Well, if you really want to make it up to me, how about you start by letting me go on that trip in your place? Of course, you'll still pay for everything, though. Okay, thanks.
What are you talking about? I couldn't possibly do that. Besides, the girls would be shocked if you were to suddenly show up for the trip instead of me.
It's totally fine. You worry too much. We've known each other since our kids started 1st grade, so there shouldn't be any issues.
Okay, but that doesn't necessarily make you friends, though.
That's not important. We can always just get to know each other better down the line. The only reason we're not friends is because you've been in the way all this time. If it weren't for you, we'd definitely already be best friends right now.
I didn't realize you held this much of a grudge against me. We barely even know each other. That's quite a shock. I thought we were at least cordial.
Use that tiny little brain of yours to think for a minute. Who in their right mind would ever want to be friends with you?
Ashley and Elise seem to like me, though. The 3 of us are always laughing nonstop whenever we're together.
Yeah, to your face. Behind your back, I bet they just can't wait to get rid of you. They'd have to be crazy to seriously want to keep a friendship with someone like you alive.
Oh gosh. I hope not. Now you're starting to make me worry.
So, you're going to let me go on this trip for you now, right?
No, I'm afraid I still can't do that.
Fine. Be that way. Then at least let me tag along with the 3 of you.
I don't think I can do that either. We've already made our reservations, and it's too late to change them now.
You're killing me, Autumn. No matter what I say, you just won't let me come. If that's how you're going to be, then I have something else up my sleeve.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't worry about it. Have fun on your little trip. Have you all arrived at the hotel yet? If I'm not mistaken, your reservation should have been canceled. I bet that was pretty shocking for you, wasn't it? Have fun sleeping in your car. I bet you really regret leaving me out and not inviting me on the trip now.
No, we're already here. We're actually getting ready to take a dip in the pool.
What? What's going on here? Are you all staying at the Ritz-Carlton in Boston today? Wasn't that the plan?
Yep, that's where we are right now.
I called them and canceled your reservation the other day. What's going on here? The front desk staff told me that everything had been taken care of as I requested.
Did you seriously try to ruin our trip just because you weren't invited? That's pretty low. Even for you.
Only because you wouldn't let me go in your place. You're so selfish. You brought it on yourself.
I didn't think you were that upset about not being invited. Nonetheless, trying to cancel our reservation and ruin our trip is going way too far. But we were able to check in without any problems, so it didn't end up being a big deal for us. That was still an awful thing for you to do, though.
Wait a second. Did you just say you were able to check in? Without any issues? Like, none whatsoever?
Yeah, it was pretty quick and painless. I mean, I literally just told you we were on our way to the pool. If we weren't able to check in, there's no way they'd let us in the pool.
Did the front desk staff lie to me just to shut me up then?
I have no idea. There's no way for me to know something like that. Did they not ask you whose name the reservation was under?
They did, but I just made up some random name on the spot. I yelled at them and caused a huge scene until they gave in and made the cancellation.
From what you're saying, it doesn't sound like they lied to you. But I feel bad for them because it sounds like you gave them a pretty hard time.
Oh, crap. Don't tell me I canceled someone else's reservation then.
If the staff really went through with the cancellation, then that would indeed be the case. You should probably give the front desk a call just to make sure.
No way! Why would I do that? The staff and whoever's reservation I canceled will get upset with me. I'll be forced to take responsibility for what I did. And that sounds like it'd be a pain.
So you're just gonna sit quiet and do nothing when this is pretty much your fault?
Well, duh. It's not like I used my real name, so this can't be traced back to me anyway. I have nothing to worry about.
You know they can still look you up by your telephone number though, right? In this day and age, they'd be able to find you immediately.
Whatever. Who cares? More importantly though, you all are already at the hotel, right? What's it like there? I've heard nothing but good things about the Ritz-Carlton. Other than it being pricey. Do you see anything weird or unusual going on by any chance?
Oddly enough, Helen, it looks like your in-laws are here on vacation too.
What? Why?
Looks to me like they came here for a romantic getaway. Did they not mention anything to you?
Now that you mention it, I think they did say something about going on a trip today. But they go on so many throughout the year, you can't possibly expect me to remember each and every one.
I think they're arguing with the hotel staff. It's getting pretty heated. I wonder if the reservation you canceled was actually theirs. Yikes. What are the odds?
You've got to be kidding me.
You said you didn't give the staff your name, but are you sure? You might have slipped up and said your last name. It's possible that the hotel staff mistook your call for wanting to cancel your in-laws' reservation.
You've got a point there. I do have a habit of answering with my full name whenever I answer the phone, so that might have slipped out without me even realizing.
This is too hard for me to just sit through. I feel bad for both your in-laws and the hotel staff, so I'm just going to go over there and explain the situation to them.
No! Wait! You don't have to do that. Just ignore them. Ignore everything and just go about your stupid trip. Autumn! This is all your fault! Why'd you have to stick your nose where it doesn't belong? My in-laws are absolutely furious with me. What did you have to go and tell them for?
I mean, if you were in their shoes, you'd be pretty upset too.
They were screaming at me for trying to ruin your guys' trip. They even told me that they hate me more than ever and can't understand why their son married me. They said they want nothing more to do with me. Do you know how stressful that is? This is all your fault.
What exactly have you done in the past for them to say that they hate you even more?
I've never done anything to them. They just don't like me, and they're still mad that Pete married me against their wishes. They're so strict, too. It's a wonder how my husband didn't go insane living under their roof. They're always telling me to stop showing off so much and stop spending so much. They just want me to sit around and clean the house and cook like a good little housekeeping lady. It's so annoying. All they ever do is nag me.
That does sound like a pain. But if you're always showing off, it can be pretty uncomfortable and embarrassing for your kids. And it's not exactly conducive to raising a family with good morals. Why don't you just take a long look at yourself in the mirror and think about how you can change your overall image to something that your family approves of? I think it'll honestly make everyone around you feel more at ease.
Who do you think you are to lecture me about that, Autumn? This is all your fault to begin with. If you would have just minded your business, I wouldn't even be in this predicament.
You should really stop blaming everyone else for your problems. It's off-putting and makes you seem childish. You should think about being a bit more considerate to your in-laws, too.
And why is that? Why should I care about them? All they've ever done is lecture me and berate me.
I mean, you're the reason their trip got canceled, though.
Yeah, I'll admit that. It's definitely my fault. But they're old and retired. They can go on vacation literally whenever they want.
Yeah, I'm sure they can. But that's not the issue. Getting a reservation at the Ritz-Carlton is nearly impossible. On top of the price, you have to make your reservation at least 6 months in advance.
Yeah, they mentioned something about that while they were telling me off. But that has nothing to do with me. Not my problem, so I don't care.
My God! You lack common sense and decency. It must be a headache having you as a daughter-in-law. I feel sorry for them.
Rude much? Who are you to criticize me like that?
I mean, it's true. Only a person who was really messed up in the head would go so far as to cancel someone else's hotel reservation behind their back. You're insane and just a hop, skip, and a jump away from being featured on an episode of Criminal Minds. To be frank, I've seen enough. You're an awful person who's completely unreasonable. I never want to be friends with you. I'm going to refrain from talking to you going forward, because I'm sure you'll just give me a migraine.
Is that so? Fine. I don't care. Do whatever you want. While you're at it, though, stop being friends with Ashley and Elise, too.
Why should I?
It's like I told you before. You live in a completely different world from them. They're too sophisticated to be hanging around with someone like you. It makes way more sense for them to associate with people like me, who are of the same caliber. I'm sure those two feel the exact same way.
That's not even close to being true. We've been having a lot of girls talk on this trip, and both Ashley and Elise told me that they would never want to be friends with someone like you. They can't stand you. They think you're stuck up and vindictive.
You're lying! No, they don't! They'd never say that about me.
They literally just said that over drinks. Who in their right mind would want to befriend or even associate with someone who tried to ruin their trip?
It's not like I was trying to cause any trouble for Ashley and Elise. I just wanted to screw you over. Because you make me sick.
Okay, but I was going on a trip with them. By screwing me over, you would have screwed them over too. That's kind of how that works. If our reservation had been suddenly canceled, they would have been just as irritated as me. Did you not even think about that? Were you too blinded by your jealousy to take a step back and think logically?
I heard you were in charge of planning this trip. I figured that if anything went wrong, Ashley and Elise would blame you and hate you for screwing up so badly. That way, they'd distance themselves from you and stop being your friend.
So that's what you were playing at. Well, too bad your plan didn't pan out. Something as small as that wouldn't be enough to shake our friendship. My bond with them runs pretty deep.
Ugh, whatever. You're so freaking annoying. I still think I fit in with them way better than you do. I'm the one who deserves to be best friends with them and hang out all the time.
You can say that all you want, Helen. But they seriously can't stand you. Based on what they've told me, there's no way they'd ever even consider being friends with you. They already had a pretty horrible impression of you, way before this whole trip cancellation fiasco.
I don't believe you one bit.
You have a bad habit of judging people based on their looks and family background. You tend to either belittle or ignore people who happen to come from less fortunate backgrounds. And you're always putting yourself on the highest pedestal, while looking down on almost everyone else around you.
Everyone knows poor people are only poor because they don't work hard enough. If they don't want to be looked down on, They should just pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Besides, I don't think I'm putting myself on a pedestal. I'm just confident in myself because I'm trendy and have a pretty face to boot. Who wouldn't be overflowing with confidence in my position?
Helen, do you know what all the other moms say about you?
No. What? What have they been saying?
They call you a flashy, luxe, brand-loving hag.
They call me a hag? I'm not even that old. I'm still in my 30s.
Say that all you want, but once you're in your late 30s, society starts to view you as an old woman. It's a reality we all have to accept. Plus, we're all practically 40. We're certainly not exactly spring chickens anymore.
I guess you have a point there. But everyone around me always says I look like I'm in my late 20s.
Yeah, they say that to your face. But do you know what people say behind your back? Most people try to take good care of their skin and health to look younger than their actual age.
I do look younger than I actually am. At least 10 years younger. So what are you getting at?
Well, it doesn't really matter what you personally think if others don't agree now, does it?
You rude little wench. Stop trying to make a fool out of me.
If you were to go out with us, you'd stick out like a sore thumb. It'd be so embarrassing to be seen with you because you look like someone's mom who's trying desperately to stay relevant and overcompensating with labels. That's why they've never gone out of their way to try and get close to you.
No way. That can't be right.
Furthermore, your makeup style doesn't suit you at all. Your style is really weird for people in our age range. You look like a gaudy eyesore, dressed head to toe in expensive brand name clothes. Being seen anywhere with you would just be outright embarrassing. I'm sure that's not your intention, but that's just how you come off. You stand out in a really negative way. No one thinks you look like a celebrity at all.
Is that why they always snicker whenever I approach them and try to make small talk? And why it feels like they look for any and every excuse to end our conversations?
Yeah, that's exactly why they treat you that way. They're always complaining about your incessant attempts to make small talk. They think you're super annoying and wish you would just leave them alone. But since our kids are all classmates, they can't just outright blow you off. So they've been restraining themselves and forcing smiles whenever you're around.
I bet you were just talking smack about me with them because you didn't want me to join you all's friend group. You purposely told them stuff to make them hate me. I just know you did.
Why would I go out of my way to do that? It's not like I had anything against you until you tried to ruin our vacation.
Well, why else would they call me a flashy old hag? You had to say something to spark that. I don't believe for a second that they'd all start saying that out of nowhere.
What would I get out of saying something like that about you? I have nothing to gain from getting everyone else to dislike you. Besides, you're pretty good at doing that all on your own. But for the record, I never started any name-calling or rumors about you. I'm just not that kind of person.
You're such a liar! You wanted to make the other moms hate me and totally ignore me. Because you're jealous of me.
Helen, listen to me. I have absolutely no reason to do that.
You wish you had my life.
No, I really don't. If anything, I think you're the one who's jealous.
You need to apologize to me right now.
What? Why? I haven't done anything to you.
I'm waiting. Just give me all of your social media accounts and we'll call it even.
Why would you even ask me to do something like that? You really are crazy.
If I had your accounts, I'm sure I'd be way more popular. I'm way more beautiful than you'll ever be. I'm sure all your fans would fall in love.
My looks aren't really the selling point for my fans and subscribers in the first place. I'll admit that you're definitely prettier than I am. But there are so many other women on the internet who are even prettier than you. Even if I gave you my accounts, all of my fans would just taper off.
Oh, please. Spare me, Autumn. When are you going to stop trying to make a fool out of me? It's getting old.
I'm not trying to do anything of the sort. I'm just telling you the truth.
You're insufferable!
If you think I'm so annoying, why don't you just back off and leave me alone already? Just texting you is so exhausting. My migraine is in full swing right now. Good Lord. I have other more important things to get to, so bye. Please don't text me anymore.
I see you've been totally canceled online. Your accounts are all totally up in flames. Man, people on the internet sure are scary. All these hate comments are hilarious. There's like a whole wall of them.
Oh, please, Helen. Don't play dumb. I know you're the one writing all the hate comments on all of my accounts.
Don't sit up here and try to blame me for your fans turning against you. What proof do you even have to accuse me? I should sue you for defamation.
I can't think of anyone other than you who'd pull this crap. You printed out flyers to diss me and went around hanging them up everywhere.
Whatever do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't play coy with me. One of my neighbors literally saw you posting one of those flyers on my house and told me everything. They even took several pictures of you and gave those to me as well.
Ugh. Well, that sucks. I can't believe someone caught me. Well, whatever. So what ended up happening? I posted some pretty nasty stuff about you after all. I bet your husband's planning to leave you now, isn't he?
No. Why would he? Our relationship is still as strong as ever.
How boring. I guess I didn't push hard enough.
Thanks to you. We did get into a couple of fights, though. But we worked through it, and now our relationship is stronger than ever. I can't believe you photoshopped me into fake pictures to make me look like a cheater. And on top of that, you sent them to my husband's office. How low can you get? Why do you keep doing things like this to me? What have I ever done to you?
I'm doing it because I don't like you. Duh. I hate you, and I want to make your life as miserable as possible. I figured that if I could get your husband to divorce you and ruin your reputation online, you'd have nowhere left to go. You'd just have a sad, pathetic, lonely little life. And I'd finally be rid of you for good.
Nice try. But that sounds more like what's about to happen to you.
There you go again. Always talking nonsense.
I mean, the other moms are avoiding you more than usual, aren't they? And at this rate, your family will probably abandon you too. You just keep crossing the line. But this was the final nail in the coffin.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
I'm suing you, Helen.
For what, though? Don't make me laugh.
For everything you've done to me up until now. You've been bothering me nonstop. And like I said, you've crossed the line one too many times. I'm suing you for defamation and emotional distress. Now that I know for sure that you posted all of those online hate comments, I'll be submitting all of those as evidence. You messed with the wrong one, sister.
You're right. What proof do you have that I'm the one who posted them?
Oh, I have tons of proof. I've already consulted with a lawyer and had them file a request for disclosure of information. After doing that, we were able to pretty quickly track that you were indeed the one writing all of those nasty comments.
Oh my god. What? You were able to figure it out that quickly? I wasn't expecting that.
Do you still live in the Stone Age or something, Helen? In this day and age, if you search for just about anything, you can find what you're looking for in a matter of seconds. That being said, I'll see you in court.
Wait, come on, Autumn. Let's calm down and think about this for a second. Taking this to trial would be a huge burden for both of us, don't you think? We shouldn't waste our money and time on something like that. Let's just talk it out like adults, yeah? I don't know how I'd even begin to explain this to my family.
Oh, don't worry about that. I fully intend to fill your family in on everything.
No! Stop it! Please! I swear I won't write any more hate comments on your social media pages. And I'll stop posting weird flyers about you around our neighborhood. So please, just forgive me, okay? Just this once. We don't need to make such a big deal out of this. We're mommy friends, after all. Our kids are classmates. We're both active members of the PTO. So don't be like this.
And since when are we friends? I have never once thought of you as a friend. You've done nothing but criticize me from the day we met. I have no intention of ever becoming friends with someone as awful as you. In fact, I think the world would be a lot better off if you weren't in it.
Okay, I went too far. I admit it. I do. I just did all of that because I was jealous of you.
You don't say.
Autumn, you have so many followers across your social media platforms that you're practically a real-life celebrity. You're popular with the other moms here at our kids' school, and your husband is super hot on top of being rich. Not to mention, you're really good at your job, too. You have it all, and I want your life. How could I not be jealous of you? You have everything that I don't. Of course, I wanted to be friends with Ashley and Elise, but most of all, I wanted to be close to you. But I was so hurt that you never invited me out to eat with you guys or on any of your trips. It made me feel so lonely. I was acting out because I was just so upset that you wouldn't let me be a part of your group. I know it was childish and immature, but messing with you guys was the only way I knew how to get your attention.
I see. Well, telling me all of that now won't do you any good. Your sob story isn't enough to change my feelings and certainly wasn't a good enough excuse for you to cause as much trouble as you did. I tried to be patient and nice to you too. Even when all of the other moms complained about you, I really tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. You went way too far on more than one occasion, and I can't just let it slide anymore. You need to pay for what you've done. End of story.
I'm sorry, Autumn, okay? Please just forgive me. I swear I'll make it up to you. So, please don't be like this. I'm begging you.
Yeah, you're beyond forgiveness. You're a lost cause. Just know I'm going to fight you tooth and nail over all of this. So you had better hire a damn good lawyer.
You don't have to do this. You really don't need to go this far. This is over the top. We just had a little squabble, that's all.
There's really nothing you can say to me at this point. Let's just fight it out in the trial. See you in the courtroom. After that, I made good on my promise and took Helen to court. With all of the evidence I submitted, it's no surprise that I won the case. I mopped the floor with her. She's now liable to compensate me for emotional trauma and distress. After the court case, her family completely abandoned her. Her husband divorced her, and her kid is ashamed to call her mom. Her husband won custody of their child, and Helen left New York without a trace. I heard she's holed up in some rundown apartment in Ohio now, all alone. Even her parents have abandoned her. They completely disowned her for being so shameful and don't even mention the fact that they have a daughter anymore. There's no one left on her side. I would feel bad for her, but she brought all of this onto herself. On the other hand, after suing Helen, I dispelled all of the fake rumors going on about me, and the hate comments stopped almost immediately. The bounce back from having been cancelled was too real. When people found out about what had actually transpired, they were very sympathetic, and a huge influx of new followers came flooding in. I never have to worry about Helen harassing me ever again, and I can rest easy hanging out with my other mommy friends at my daughter's school. Not to mention, I'm more popular than ever on social media right now. Life is good. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. See you next time.
Tammy, why is the house still messy? What have you been doing all day? Literally nothing is done.
What? What are you talking about?
You're not even home right now. Are you off gambling or something stupid like that?
I'm not doing anything like that. But I'm not home. How did you know? Aren't you supposed to be at work right now?
Don't worry about what I'm doing. But yes, I'm still at work. My mom went over to the house to check on you.
Wait, again? I thought we agreed she shouldn't be coming over without letting us know beforehand. Sometimes we're not even home. Like right now. Not to mention I haven't tidied the living room or anything yet.
That's because you never do anything. Of course she wants to stop by and check on you. When do you do any housework?
It's not my fault you guys are so messy. I have stuff to do besides cleaning, you know. I'm out running errands right now, which is why I haven't gotten to it.
Uh-huh. Sure. Sounds like you're just making excuses because you got caught slacking.
I haven't done anything wrong. Don't be so dramatic.
What errands are you talking about? You don't have anything to do. You're meeting another guy, aren't you? You thought that since I'm not home, you'd just go off and find someone else?
What? No, I'm not. I don't have enough free time to go meet people anyway. I'm busy. Just because I don't have a job like you doesn't mean I don't have a lot of stuff to take care of. My parents need a lot of help now that they're getting older. My dad can't drive, so I have to take them to and from the store. And my mom can't do any cooking anymore.
Yeah, right. As if you're nice enough to help your parents out. Your parents are fine. Aren't they loaded as well? They could just hire a maid or something.
They don't have that much money. Besides, they don't want a stranger in their house. And I'd rather help them so they can save their money just in case.
Okay, just make excuses and lie to me. That's fine. I'll figure out soon enough who you're seeing. You're not exactly smart, so there's probably evidence somewhere you've left.
Okay, that's fine. Do whatever you want. Just tell your mother to stop showing up unannounced, since there's no one to even let her in. I don't want someone barging in our house, so I'm changing the locks. Please call her and get her to go home.
Why should I listen to you? That's my house. I can let in whoever I want. She's not a stranger. She's family.
Okay, but no one is home right now. Can you just tell her not to barge in unless we're actually there? What business has she got in an empty house? Besides complaining about the mess.
Well, it's not her fault you weren't home. You're a housewife. You're supposed to be at home. How was she supposed to know you weren't going to be home?
She could have asked, for starters.
Maybe if you weren't off with other dudes, we wouldn't have this problem.
Your mother is a housewife too, isn't she? I could ask the same question about her. Why isn't she at home?
My mother gets her work done, unlike you. She can do whatever she wants with her free time because she works hard.
Oh, okay. I'm tired of arguing over something like this. Can we just stop for now? Just tell your mother not to show up while we're not home. I'll be home later tonight. I gotta help my mom with something. See you later.
Oh my god, are you serious? Did you really leave the house again?
Yes. My parents still need help, you know. And how do you know that again? Did you set up cameras or something to keep an eye on me? That's illegal, I'm pretty sure. Use that free time you're using to worry about me to do your job.
Shut up. You don't get to tell me what to do.
I could say the same to you. Why do I have to listen to everything you say?
You're clearly seeing other men. As your husband, I have a right to make sure you're at least faithful at the bare minimum. Besides, I wouldn't have to tell you what to do if you just listened.
I'm not cheating. I already said that.
Don't bother with the excuses. I know the truth. I've already got all the evidence I need.
Evidence of what? What are you talking about?
I have a photo of you out with another man. Isn't that proof enough? Would you like to try and explain what this is?
Oh yeah, that was the other day. I was having a meeting with one of my friends.
A meeting? That's a weird way to say you're dating someone behind my back.
How did you even get a photo of this?
That's not important. Don't avoid the question.
It is important, I think. Don't follow me around and take pictures without my permission. That's weird.
I wouldn't have to if you just listened. You have no right to tell me what to do after how you've betrayed me.
Okay, I get it. Look, it's not what it looks like. You think a picture of me near another person is proof of cheating?
Yes, of course it is. You're clearly on a date with another man.
No, I was just chatting with a friend at the cafe. I don't think talking to someone is cheating. Do you?
Yes, it is. If it's with another man. Who is he? I need to know.
He's a real estate agent.
What? The heck do you need a real estate agent for? That's the worst lie you've come up with yet.
He's the one who helped my parents originally when they were buying their home. It was a while back, but he managed to get them a good deal. I was asking him to help you out, if you must know. You said you wanted this house to be in your name, right? You need a real estate agent for that.
Oh, I suppose that makes sense. It is my house, and I pay for it, so yeah, I want it under my name. The house is still under your name because your parents gave it to you. Even though you don't even do anything. You don't even keep it clean. It makes much more sense if I'm the owner of this place.
I don't really care about it that much, to be honest.
Well, I do. Do you know how much trash the guys at work talk because of this? They say I'm a house husband, even though I'm the one working. And make fun of me for not even being the man of the house. I can't stand it anymore.
Okay, I don't really care about that. I was planning on signing it over to you a while ago. To shut you up, if nothing else. So I was asking what the first steps were. I don't know how most of this stuff works.
Ugh, I guess that makes sense. Are you telling the truth? This is a pretty elaborate lie. I don't know if you could come up with this.
Yes, I'm being honest. Why would I lie about something like this? I'm not going out and seeing other men. I have no interest in that right now. I've been out of the house taking care of my parents, getting this sorted for you, and running errands. That's why I don't have any time to do the housework. I keep everything mostly clean, but I can't work 24 hours a day.
Well, as long as you're working. But that's no excuse not to do the housework. You could at least dust and do the laundry daily. It doesn't take that much effort.
But I do that? I clean every day before I leave. I just don't do any deep cleaning or unnecessary stuff. Well, actually, the dryer is still broken, so I didn't do laundry because it's supposed to rain today and I won't be able to dry them.
Ah, that makes sense. My mom said she came over and saw clothes everywhere. She said nothing had been done.
She came over again? I thought we talked about this. Never mind. It's no use. Why do you just believe everything she says about me? You trust her more than your own wife, for God's sake.
That's because, unlike you, she knows what she's doing. She's been a housewife for a very long time. She's practically a master.
I don't think she has as much to do as me. Not to be horrible, but your father passed away a while ago, right? She's only got her own mess to take care of.
No, she's got Amelia to take care of as well. My little sister is a handful.
Isn't Amelia an adult, though? She's old enough to be cleaning up after herself, at least.
My sister's too busy to clean.
Not from what I've heard. As far as I know, she's just working part-time, right? And she's not in college or anything. So after that, she has plenty of free time. More than me, at least.
Stop being so insensitive. Look, after my dad died, my mother got really lonely. She doesn't want my sister to leave. In fact, she begged her to come back and live with her. I get you've had an easy life and your parents are fine, so you wouldn't understand. But it wouldn't kill you to have at least a little sympathy.
I get that, but she's still just working part-time. She's had plenty of time to grieve, and like you said, cleaning isn't that hard.
Do you have to argue with everything I say?
I just feel like she should have the time to at least help out with the cleaning, so your mother doesn't have to handle it all. I mean, your mother is grieving too, right? She can't take care of everyone and not get help herself.
Okay, whatever. You're just gonna do whatever you want, so there's no point arguing. You're ignoring a bunch of the facts, though. It's not that simple.
We could talk about this all day. There's no point. We're not getting anywhere anyway, like you said. You're ignoring a bunch of stuff about me, too. So just don't go off on me all the time like that. You have plenty of free time, too, apparently. Enough to sneak around following me to take stupid pictures, at least. Maybe you should be working harder, too.
Excuse me?
Whatever, it's not important.
What the heck is this? You better have a good explanation for this.
Okay, how much free time do you have? Are you following me again?
Don't try and change the subject. Tell me who this is.
Who? The one in the photo is me. Can you not tell? And I wouldn't know who took the picture, though I assume it's you.
I'm talking about that random kid and you know it. Just answer me.
Oh, the little boy? That's my friend's son. I ran into her while I was out grocery shopping, so we stopped to chat and catch up for a bit.
Then why are you alone with the kid? Where did the stupid mother go?
She's there too. She's just not in the picture. She was probably right next to him. Why are you worried about something like that? What, you think I hid a pregnancy for months? I don't get what you're so worried about. But following me around is starting to creep me out.
You're turning it on to me yet again. You're always trying to make me look like the bad guy. Of course I'd be worried about this. Just look at that.
What exactly are you worried about, though? It's just a normal picture of me and my friend. We haven't even been married for 9 months yet. This kid is older than that. Plus, you'd know if I was pregnant. It's kind of obvious.
You could have had him before we were married. It was with some other dude before me, right?
If I was that close with someone, don't you think there would be some pictures of us together? And he'd have to be here with the kid, too. If the boy wasn't with me, he'd have to be with the father, if that was the case.
Just like you said, he is there. He just isn't in the photo. I've just been second fiddle this entire time. I can't believe it. You just want me for my money.
Oh, Lord. You're doing a lot of mental gymnastics to reach this conclusion. How did you get to this? This isn't even a misunderstanding anymore. You're just making up an entire story for me in your head. But anyway, can you not take pictures of me anymore? I already asked you not to. It's weird.
I had to see for myself. If you were honest, I wouldn't have to use these methods to figure out what you're doing all the time.
And what did you figure out exactly? That I was grocery shopping? That I have a friend with kids?
Whatever. I've got to get back to work. My break's over. I wasted all of it talking to you. Ugh. I know exactly what you're saying and what happened.
Oh, do you? I can't tell if you're still thinking the wrong thing. But if you believe me, that's good.
You're gonna get what's coming to you. I'll make sure of that.
What?
Just be ready. You're going to regret betraying me like that.
Okay, clearly you're still misunderstanding. I have no idea what you're talking about. Look, we can talk about this when you get home. Just stop following me around all day taking pictures, will you? I don't think that's too much to ask. George? What's going on?
Oh, you finally noticed. Took you long enough.
How could I not notice? Why are your mom and sister over here with all their stuff? They're saying that they're moving in. Did you do something behind my back again?
Yeah, of course. I had to. They're going to watch over you while you're home, to make sure you're cleaning the house properly.
What? I already told you that I'm handling everything just fine.
That's not what my mother tells me. I talked with her a while back, and she said she was concerned with how much you left the house. I was suspicious, so we decided it's best to have someone keep an eye on you at all times. So she's moving in, to watch you while I'm not home.
What? I'm not some child that needs to be watched.
Well, if you don't want to be treated like a child, stop acting like one.
I can't believe you. You're the worst.
It's your fault. Don't blame my family for it. I literally have proof of you being unfaithful.
Are we going back to this again? I'm exhausted. There's no point trying to change your mind, is there?
You just don't have any more excuses. I have you backed into a corner. You finally have to admit you've been seeing someone else.
We already talked about that picture. I was talking to him while running errands about the house.
God knows how many men you've been with. You've never been faithful, have you? You have no integrity. You just bounce to whoever you want at the time.
You're not listening to me. Just let me ask you something. I was hanging out with my friend and her son, as I said. Why didn't you get a picture of her? She's conveniently left out of the shot.
Because she wasn't there. You were just making that up. I'm not falling for your stupid stories.
Okay, I can see we're not going anywhere. Yet again. It's not important right now anyway. We were talking about your mother and sister. Are they really coming to live with us?
Yes, I already said that. You got a problem with it?
I'm just a bit confused why they're suddenly coming over. I don't need watching. And I don't get why you didn't ask me, or even tell me.
That's because it doesn't matter what you think. You don't get a say in this. So just drop it and help them get their stuff set up. This is my house anyway. Speaking of that, how long does it take to hand over ownership to me? You should have done it by now. You're taking forever.
I'm done trying to explain myself. You won't listen anyway. I just don't know why you're doing this to me.
Well, I don't know why you're out there with other men. So just deal with it. Anyway, I'm excited to be with my family again.
Good for you, I guess. Can you talk to your mother later, please?
What's the problem now?
She's been yelling at me all day. The minute I woke up, she was complaining about me not doing enough. Not doing the right things, not doing them properly. I'm trying my best, and it's really hard to keep going with her being like this.
How is that a problem? That's your fault. Just do a better job.
But I'm doing my best. You're the one who always skips work or takes it easy because you need to do things at your own pace, right? Everyone has different limits. I'm doing everything that I can, but I can't keep up with the work she wants me to do.
That's not the same thing at all. You should be able to keep up with everything. It's not my mom's fault you're terrible at your job. If you just did it right the first time, she wouldn't need to watch you like this anyway. If you have a problem, talk to my mom yourself. She'll put you in your place. Ha!
But you don't help at all. And neither do your mother or sister. I'm basically cleaning up after 4 adults right now. Why can't they help out?
Why would they need to? They're guests.
Not anymore. They live here.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're the housewife, so you should do the cleaning yourself. That's how it works in a family.
But why do I have to pick up after adults? Can't they do it themselves? It's like they're purposefully making as much mess as they can. I can't keep up with it myself. And they don't do anything all day, so it wouldn't hurt them. Families should help each other out. They live here. The least they could do is clean a little, don't you think? Or at least not make such a mess.
They don't have to do that. It's your job as my wife to keep the house clean for my family and me. They don't need to do anything. You don't deserve help anyway.
I barely have any time to myself. I'm cleaning all day. I couldn't even eat breakfast this morning. As soon as I got up, they yelled at me and said I needed to clean.
Okay. What do you want me to do? Are you mad because you don't have time to go see your boyfriend?
Are we really going back to that again? Just drop it. We both know your sister was the one following me around taking those pictures. I caught her. We both know I'm innocent. She just doesn't like me, so she purposefully made it look bad so you'd get upset.
I trust my sister's words more than yours. Besides, how do you know it was her?
I just told you. I caught her. I knew it had to be her, because she's the only one with free time to do that. Your mother stays at home all day and you're at work. Since she works part-time, I knew who I was looking for. It wasn't that hard to find her in the crowd.
Don't lie about my sister like that. She isn't stalking you. She's just doing what I asked.
If taking pictures without my permission isn't stalking, I don't know what is. Your sister has way too much free time on her hands. Doesn't she have any other hobbies besides criticizing me? And following me around?
She's not criticizing you. Don't be dramatic. Literally all she is doing is asking you to do your housework properly. Don't act like we're the unreasonable ones here.
I want to be able to do things at my own pace. I don't need to rush around cleaning. I want to be able to take my time. If none of you are going to help, then I want you to stay out of it completely. Don't tell me what to do if you're not willing to do the same. You can tell your family that, too.
I'm not helping you. I work. I do way more than you do. I don't need to overwork myself at home, too. Just do it right and stop complaining. You're making this bigger than it has to be. Jeez. And get the house signed over to me already.
I already did. It's your house now. Stop bugging me about it.
Oh, great. Thanks, honey. I'm gonna go back to work now. I'll see you when I get home.
That was a quick change in attitude. Have a good day. George, this is important. Can you pick up?
I'm at work right now. Sorry. It's gonna have to wait.
It can't wait, though. I need you. Your mother said I'm not allowed to live here anymore. She's kicking me out of my own house. While I was out doing errands, they put all my stuff in boxes, and then they threw it all out the front door and locked me out. I don't know what to do. Can you please come home?
That's not my problem. You refused to clean for us, so it's your fault.
What? I did everything for you guys.
You stopped doing my mom's laundry, and then said they had to make their own lunch? What did you expect?
I didn't make them do anything. I was busy that one day, and I had to leave to run some errands. I just asked them to grab something themselves. And as for the laundry, it's theirs. I don't mind helping out, but when I'm busy, it wouldn't kill them to do their own laundry. It's not like I'm asking them to wash mine as well.
Excuses, excuses. But you still didn't do your job. You're the wife of the house. You should be doing everything for them. If anything, your job is to be the maid. They shouldn't have to lift a finger to help you.
But why do they just get to kick me out? Over something so petty like this, too.
She didn't just do it suddenly, you know. She's been nagging you for ages, and you never listened. You've caused her so much stress, but you don't even care, do you? And then you've been doing stuff behind my back, too, so I support her decision.
What have I done behind your back?
You've been meeting men, and I've seen you with children that might be yours.
Oh, that. I feel like you want me to be cheating, since you won't listen to me.
I don't want this to happen, but I'm not going to deny the truth either.
Okay, I understand. I give up.
Finally. So, are you going to stop seeing other men and get a better attitude? You need to try and better yourself.
You're definitely right about that. I need to better myself. and stop letting myself be put down like this. This entire marriage was a mistake on my part.
What did you just say?
Just do whatever you like. You win. I'll take my stuff and leave.
Let me guess. You're just going to move in with that guy, right? I'm sure he has a nice place for you to stay. You've probably been waiting for this chance.
No, I'm not. I don't feel like explaining myself anymore. I think you should think about yourself a little bit, too. Maybe see if there's a way you can better you before worrying about me. Because let me just say, there's a lot you could improve on.
What the heck would I need to fix?
It's not my job to tell you. You wouldn't listen anyway. You'll figure it out by yourself eventually, I'm sure. I'm heading out now. Enjoy the extra space.
Pick up, woman! Answer me!
What?
Why are there construction guys going around my house? They brought a dump truck. What did you do?
Didn't I tell you already? I said eventually you'd think about what you've done, right?
What are you doing?
That house isn't actually yours. It's not mine either.
What? Whose is it then? I thought you signed the house over to me.
Whoops. I guess I might have said that. But actually, I sold it. The person I sold it to agreed to lease the house to us until they were ready to start developing on the property.
Why didn't I ever hear about this?
I guess I forgot to mention that to you when you kicked me out. You all insisted that I get out immediately, so I just did as you asked. I have to say, it worked out well for me, actually.
Someone should have told me.
Well, they did send paperwork and stuff over a few times when we were both living there. But you made me take care of all the mail, so you never even saw it.
I can't believe this. How could you do this to me and my family?
I did warn you something bad was coming.
You're ridiculous. You need to call them up and put a stop to this right now. I've been paying for this place. They can't just kick us out like this all of a sudden.
Actually, you haven't even been paying for it. The lease isn't on automatic payments, so you had to go down to the office to pay them. So since you've missed so many payments, I think they have every right to just kick you out. I doubt you have a leg to stand on if you want to try and fight.
What am I supposed to do then?
Well, they're tearing down the house, so I would suggest you get out of there. You don't own the property after all.
What? But this is my house.
It's not, though.
But my family and I live here. Why do we have to move out? How could you do this?
You didn't say I couldn't.
But this is my house.
I keep telling you it isn't. As far as they're concerned, you're on their property illegally, right now. But besides that, how did you not notice? When I left, they probably still sent warnings and notices, right? They would have been in the mail.
I don't pay attention to the mail. It's all junk. I don't bother reading it, I just throw it all away.
Well then, I'd be careful if I were you. They probably sent something about your final day to move out. If you don't get off the property by then, they'll threaten legal action. And you will be forcefully removed. And even sued.
What? And you didn't tell me? How was I supposed to know?
You could have. If you didn't throw away the mail, you would have had plenty of time to fix this. I knew you wouldn't look at it, though. You won't do anything outside of work except relax. You've probably received a subpoena already from the courts. I'd start packing if I were you.
I can't leave. I didn't know.
Ignorance of the law is not permissible in a court of law. The judge and company won't care that you didn't know. Whether or not you intended to, you broke the law. It's not like they didn't warn you.
What am I supposed to do?
I already told you. Get out or be kicked out. There's only those two options. And they both lead to the same place.
They won't kick me out. I'll just explain everything.
I already told you. They don't care if you didn't know. But whatever. Have fun trying to talk to them, I guess. Sometime soon, they're gonna be knocking to get you out of there anyway. So I don't need to involve myself. You'll figure it out sooner or later when the cops show up at your door.
What are they gonna do?
They're gonna demolish the house. This really isn't that hard. I already explained it to you.
Then where am I supposed to go? I don't have anywhere to live.
Why don't you just go back to your mom's old house?
She sold it already. There was no point paying for bills for an empty house.
Oh, you guys sold that house fast.
Wait, that's not the problem. Shut up. We need to figure out how to stop them before they destroy my home.
That sounds like a you problem.
We have to do something. Just help me, for God's sake.
Why do I have to help? It's not going to affect me either way.
Your husband, the person you're supposed to love the most, is in trouble. I have nowhere to go. You should be worried about me. Don't you care at all about what happens to me?
Not really, TBH. And besides, I don't really consider you my husband anymore.
What?
Well, I already went down to the court and filed for divorce. Just waiting for things to finish on your end at this point.
A divorce? What, right now? Why haven't you told me?
I thought that's what you wanted? You kicked me out. We don't even live together anymore. But you wanted us to continue being married? What's the point in that? I've already contacted my lawyer already and started the process. So there's no point arguing.
I refuse to sign anything.
I mean, I don't need you to sign it. I was trying to do things the nice way. It's cheaper for both of us that way. You get 30 days legally to respond to the letter my lawyer sent, I think. After that, you lose your right to argue on the terms of our divorce. And they'll allow me to legally split up with you.
I'm not agreeing to anything.
That's your own problem. You don't have to sign it. But if you don't, then you waive your right to change anything in our agreement. You'll have to pay whatever I asked for. I don't really care which way you go. If you drag it out, the courts will probably make you pay for all the court fees anyway.
You can't be serious. Are you really leaving me?
Yep, I am. You can worry about that later, though. Your first priority should be packing and getting your family out of that house.
Wait, you can't. Please. What the heck are you doing over there? I just got another letter.
Oh, really? Which one?
I got a letter saying I'm liable, I owe money. They're asking me for $15,000. What is this?
You didn't pay the rent, remember? Did you think you weren't responsible for it just because you got evicted? You still have to pay the rent.
But $15K all at once, just like that? I don't have that money. What am I supposed to do?
What, did you spend it all or something? How did you not notice the amount not leaving your account?
I noticed we had some extra money, so I bought my mom and sister some gifts.
Well, I'd suggest you find a way to get the money you owe then. It's not optional. You have to pay it. You make plenty of money. I'm sure you can find a way to pay it off. They might even offer payment plans if you ask them.
This isn't fair. I can't believe this is happening.
Well, they say life isn't fair. But you didn't pay the rent, so you owe it.
Where are you right now? We need to talk this out.
What, me? I'm at my house right now.
What?
I said I'm at home.
Where are you?
You want an address or something? I'm not telling you where I live.
Do you have any idea what I've been going through? I can't afford anywhere new. I'm stuck sleeping on the couch in my company's meeting room.
Oh, that sucks for you. But that's kind of funny.
Don't say that. I'm your partner. Don't you want to help me out of this?
No, I already told you we're getting a divorce. The date for our mediation was already scheduled. You should have been contacted about it.
Shut up! I don't care about that right now. I don't have anywhere to go. I'm not letting you leave me.
We'll just leave it up to the courts to decide then. It will be recorded that you failed to show up in court, though. So do whatever you want. It only hurts you.
Wait. Can we just talk about this first? Let's not rush into things. Just tell me where you live. I'll come over.
Can you not figure it out yourself? I still have to be close by to help my parents. I'm at one of my family's properties in the area. One happened to be vacant when you guys kicked me out.
Okay, got it. I'm coming over.
No you're not. I already told you we're splitting up. You can't just come into my house. It's not yours. Do you not get that?
But I can't take it anymore. I don't want to sleep on a couch anymore. It's so uncomfortable. And this office is tiny. They're not going to let me stay here forever. I'm surprised they haven't kicked me out yet.
Then I guess you better start looking for a new house. There's a lot of nice affordable apartments in the area. Take a look around. If you can afford it, that is.
Wait, how do you know about my money problems?
You told me about all the money you had to pay already. Remember? But that's not what I was talking about. My family owns a lot of the buildings around here, as I've told you. And I'm best friends with the real estate agent they work closely with. So I let him know that he shouldn't consider you if you try to rent any place. You have a history of not paying your rent, after all. It was just some friendly advice for his business.
Why would you do that?
Well, it's true, isn't it? You didn't pay. And to make things worse, the three of you kicked me out. Even when I lived there, you treated me horribly. I wasn't a wife. I was just a maid forced to work all hours of the day to make you happy.
Okay, maybe we weren't the nicest, but you're taking this too far. You can't do this to me just because you're a little upset.
And besides that, you're basically a functioning alcoholic. Every room you stayed in reeked of alcohol. That's not good from a business point of view. They want the house smelling nice. And they want it stain-free, too. So it's kind of your fault for being such a slob.
Don't be so heartless.
Pretty sure I said the same thing to you many times. You never listened, though, did you? You sided with your mother when she said all those horrible things to me. You're the one here who's heartless.
But it's just that I don't have anywhere to go. What am I gonna do? I don't earn enough to do anything. Aren't you worried about me? What's gonna happen to me in the future? And you too. What are you gonna do without my money?
I don't need your money. I'm working with the real estate agent now, so I've got plenty of my own. I have income from that now, so I am able to afford living on my own for the foreseeable future.
Okay, fine. You don't need to take me in. But please, just let my mom come over. She needs somewhere to stay.
Oh, I didn't even think about her. Isn't she staying with you? They sold their old house, right?
Yes, so they don't have anywhere to stay. I couldn't get them in here with me, so my sister is sleeping at her part-time job. And my poor mother is sleeping on the local park bench.
Oh, that makes sense. This feels like a soap opera. So much drama. But it's your own fault. You're just facing the consequences of your own actions. Don't think I'm gonna help you out of this.
Please, just help me. I love you, so please. I can change, I promise.
You're not going to change. You can never change. You're only saying that because you're in trouble and want help.
I can't do this. I can help with the cleaning, and I won't ever bother you about it again.
I'm not changing my mind, so don't bother asking. If you keep messaging me, I'm just gonna tell the lawyer I want to raise the amount of alimony I ask for. You are refusing to show up, so whatever I ask for is going to go. Goodbye, George. In the end, my ex-husband finally figured out that I was being serious. He got his act together and did show up to court, but he didn't put up any sort of fight. We managed to settle everything in a reasonable amount of time. He paid the court fees, which weren't too high since he didn't draw it out. I could have afforded them, but it felt only fair that he should be the one to do it. George couldn't find anywhere to live, as far as I know. Everything around here is pretty expensive, and his options are limited. His company got pretty tired of him abusing the company's meeting room. Plus, he hadn't been showering or cleaning his clothes. They eventually had enough and fired him. His mother and sister still sleep at his sister's part-time job, apparently. His mother is working there too now, in an attempt to save up some money. Food service jobs are rough, but she doesn't have any job experience, so that's all she could get. She spends her day pestering all the customers, trying to get as much money out of them as possible. They know better than to ask me for money. I'm not giving them anything. Living with them was like living in hell. I never want to see them again. Luckily, I don't have to. I get to live peacefully on my own. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please like the video and share with your friends. For more content like this, you can visit and subscribe to our channel below. Thanks again!